Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Crypto David and today we are talking about XDC network, one of my favorite projects and one of my biggest holds. I'm accumulating so much at these prices, 2 cents per XDC. That is absolutely mind-blowing. In today's video, I want to talk about DTCC news, Impel news, listings, DC Night, all that good stuff. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. So if it's your first time to the channel, please subscribe and leave a like down below. Without further ado, here we go. Okay, so the title of the video is why I have 50,000 XDC locked away forever on the Decent wallet, which you should go and check with the affiliate links down below and get a discount, and you still enter in the giveaway, which is actually still valid to the 31st. But the title of the video, 50,000, obviously I have a lot more than 50,000 on the Decent wallet on my cold storage, but I'm obviously not going to give away my exact amount of XDC that I hold. That is roughly $1,285 to day. I believe aiming for these higher sort of amounts, these 6-digit XDC points, and then 1 million XDC is the goal I have in mind. Why do I have a lock away? Hacks happening all the time. You need it on a cold wallet. Also, with hacks like this is obviously a different situation, but Nomad Bridge was hacked for $190 million in an attempt to make the hackers return them funds. They are offering the hat-themed NFT if they return the stolen funds. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I think I'll keep the 190 million. And you always hear the saying, not your keys, not your crypto. It's kind of cliche at this point because everyone says it, but it's cliche because it is true. It's a true statement, but at the same time, if you have $20 invested in crypto, there's not really much point getting a cold wallet. If it gets stolen, it gets stolen. Who actually cares? But I'm guessing the majority of people who watch this video have a lot more than $129 invested in crypto. Also, another tweet here about X is my future patience. This is absolutely insane. DTCC project, 100,000 transactions per day on DLT. DTCC chooses R3 quarter for settlements. Here's the part where I get a bit confused from what I've seen actually before. So at the moment, Impel is the only bridge provider to R3 XDC. DTCC processed securities transactions valued at 2.4 quadrillion USD 2021, and lastly 87.1 trillion for asset servicing. So what I've seen from the past, for internal on quarter, I've seen XDC being used, and then for XRP, I've seen off-chain settlement. It's two different usages. XRP is a public blockchain, XDC is a hybrid blockchain, so they rather complement each other than actually compete. But Impel has stated here, whatever XRP bridge was available, this is a reply to R3 Quarter here, is no longer available. However, thanks to Impel Bridge, wrapped XRP on the XDC network can be sent to form CorDops as an XRC20 token. That is food for thought right there. Also, we have Frontier excited to announce Zinfin and Frontier.xyz. This is pretty huge. 133k followers. It is not the Coinbase that I was looking for. It is not the Binance. It's still considered a Qcoin gem. A lot of people still don't invest in XDC for that exact reason. And now we have Garda wallet. How does paying with XDC anywhere in the world where Visa is accepted? Signed, we are part with Zinfin official, so you can do it using Garda crypto card. Interest. It's probably one of my favorite hot wallets for XDC. On the actual link here, we can see 0 monthly fees, 20 euro bonus for activation, top up with various other assets. Now, I'm interested in this. I would do this, but there's no rewards or incentive for me to actually do this. You know, earn money back in XDC or pay with my Visa and earn XDC, because I'd rather just keep it on a cold wallet rather than using the Garda wallet. And here we got a tweet by Major League Soccer, and we obviously know that XDC sponsors DC Night, and they're on the actual kit themselves. We saw Wayne Rooney in a couple of videos back wearing the kit. This is pretty huge for FIFA 23. I don't think this is the front cover, but one of the covers for the front, XDC. I wonder a lot of people will see that. What is that? Search it up, bang, XDC, get in the rabbit hole, and then buy some. Maybe they might buy 50,000. Who knows? Also, we have Impel here. Obviously talked about this before, where Impel adds Bitcoin to ISO 2022 financial messaging on XDC network. And we obviously seen with Binance showing that Bitcoin, suddenly when we see this, has no fees for Bitcoin. So could they actually be wrapping XBTC to get 0 fees? Who actually knows? But when you think about Impel and what's actually doing for XDC, it is powering XDC and redefining Web3. There's an argument that Bitcoin is now ISO 2022 compatible, and the argument that XDC and Impel could essentially make any cryptocurrency in exchange ISO 2022 compatible by wrapping it and referring it as to an XRC20 token. And when you think about XDC's actual bridge to R3 Corda, when it comes to banks, fintechs, the potential for XDC really gets interesting. It seems to be in the middle, the forefront of every exchange. Also, an article here by the Irish Times, up to 10th of the world wealth is set to be stored on the blockchain by 2027. Cisco says 8.9 trillion of the global GDP could be stored on blockchain within 8 years, and this is actually from 2019, so 10 trillion. Currently, the global GDP is valued at 8 trillion. This is back in 2019. But crypto market cap, what could it be in those sort of years? Would it be 5 trillion? Would it be $10 trillion market cap? And when all these cryptos are flooded away with regulations, when there's a finite amount of cryptos left, and when XDC needs top 20, top 10 positions, imagine what the market cap will be and what the price will be. That's obviously not including banks, enterprises, institutions, the TFD initiative, and much, much more. Also, I want to leave you guys with a little clip by Quincy Jones. This is back in 2021. He's talking about everyone who's focused on Cardano being the ETH killer and ETH itself, while actually not focusing on the smaller projects like XDC was at the time and still is underrated in these top, 70, 100 place sort of positions, 101 place positions. It is literally insane. Also, when it comes to accumulating XDC, I think that's probably one of the best buys on the market right now, especially the prices it is at. There's not too much hype around XDC in comparison to Quant. And when asked a question in the community section, what crypto are you accumulating the most? XRP, I think, fair enough. QNT, but XDC, was second last, only 14%. I think it's definitely one of the best buys on the market right now, full stop. But if you found the video, thank you very, very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one.
Some of the stuff that's going on here is absolutely insane, and it's kind of crazy that people don't talk about these things, mostly because it's like, people want to talk about blockchain adoption. You got blockchain adoption on the Corda platform right out in the open, and nobody's talking about it. You got XDC is what was it, 100 or 70 on CoinMarketCap or something like that? Like it's so far down. Yeah, it's so far. And that's the thing I find is absolutely crazy too, because when I first started developing on these platforms, I looked at all the top ones everyone's looking at. I looked at Ethereum, I looked at Cardano, I looked at all those different coins. And actually, I find that crazy considering that Algorand and XDC are, in my opinion, really, really advanced smart contract platforms. Yet nobody talks about them. Yet everybody and their mother is talking about how smart they are getting into Cardano because it's going to be the ETH killer. But the smart contracts platform isn't live yet. So it's like what
you don't even know. It might be slow. It might be
exactly. You don't even know what could be wrong with it. But people are already invested in the idea that it's going to be an ETH killer. Meanwhile, you've got Corda partnering with the Nasdaq and these central bankers and Microsoft and Intel, like these giant these giant entities coming together and doing real world adoption.